Flosstube. My name is Anne and welcome to a Tobyknits Flosstube episode 25. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. Grab a cup of tea and sit down. Today we're talking about cross stitch. Normally on my channel, Mondays is all about the knitting, Wednesdays is the cross stitch, and Fridays is the quilting. But for the whole month of July, it's just going to be cross stitch and quilting. Ooh, because it's Jolly July and we have to celebrate that, right? Right. So, I am using the Fat Quarter Shop's Jolly July calendar, and I have always liked to assign a particular evening, day of the week, for my evening knitting or cross stitching. Typically during the days when I quilt, because I am retired and living a crafty life, so I get to sew in the day, and then at the evening when we're just relaxing at home, my husband and I, then and watching TV, I can't just sit there and do nothing. So I knit or cross stitch, and I assign a day of the week. So following this Jolly July chart is going to be super easy for me. You should try it. It really does help. We just got back from camping. We were gone away for a couple of days. We have a trailer and we take it normally to provincial parks within Canada and in Ontario, which is where I live. I'm originally from England, but I live in Ontario, Canada now. And yeah, so we got back. I did take some of my cross stitch with me, and I do have an Instagram page and a Facebook page. And on my Instagram, I've been trying every day to post something about what I'm working on for the whole month of July. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep that up, but let's just hope I can. Anyway, so this is what I have been working on. And so let's start with the 1st of July, which was Canada Day here, and it was a Sunday. And I am working on this. This is called Letters to Santa. It's by the Fat Quarter Shop. It's a mystery stitch along, and if you know me, then you know how much I love mysteries. Mystery novels, mystery movies, mystery stitch alongs, mystery quilts. I love a good mystery. And this is a paid for pattern. I think it's only like $12. It wasn't terribly expensive, but every Friday they release a new piece for us. So the first piece, as you can see, oh God, I got an itchy nose. Oh, must be gonna kiss a fool. Where's my husband? The first part is actually this border, which it's kind of cool. So it's called Letters to Santa, but doesn't that look like the old-fashioned airmail letters, borders? Remember those? You could buy them, and they were like, this is when people wrote letters, and they were like an envelope, and you just wrote inside, and then it folded all up on itself, and you just mailed it off like that. So here's what I have done on mine. This actually takes a lot longer than you think it's going to take. I did get the lovely little stitch minder. It's not a stitch minder, and it's a needle minder. And so it's a magnet on one side and on the other, and the needle just sticks on there. But I actually prefer to put it on the back, because when you finish cutting your thread, I'm on this side and I take the needle and stick it on there and cut my thread, and then I find that, and then this just looks pretty. So anyway, this is the piece so far that I have done. And what I did to start with, I folded my fabric in half, then in half again to find the center, and then literally counted all the way over until I got to the white border. And actually I think it was this side, and then started and went down this way, then came back and went that way, then filled in just so that I knew I had the room. And then I filled in some of the red and the blue and the green because I just thought they looked pretty, and it makes you aware of what you're doing. Then the rest of the time when I had a spare minute, when we were camping during the day and I was just sitting outside, I just used the white and I just tried to get as much of the white done, because the white was easier in that you can, it's 3 stitches apart before you start the next little sort of zigzag thing. So you're not traveling that far with your 3 stitches. Whereas these colors, you can't really go from there to there. So you have to do that and cut your thread, then start again, cut your thread, and so on. And I've been sort of working on it as I go. So hopefully I'll get that finished by this Friday. But Thursdays are my catch-up days. Thursdays, nothing is planned. So if I haven't finished this by then, that's what will be Thursday night's project. This actually finishes at 8 by 6 stitched. So from here to here is 8 and here to here is 6. And I typically add 1.5 inches to 2 inches all the way around, because I never know how I want to finish it, right? So you got to make sure you have enough to turn and all that. So that is Friday stitch. Then Saturday I had allocated to Christmas time, which is another from the Fat Quarter Shop, and that's a free stitch along, which is obviously Christmas themed with a matching quilt. Now, problem with that is they haven't got the fabric in yet for the quilt, so they haven't assigned a start date for that yet. So rather than having another empty spot, I decided I may as well stitch this. And this is a really cute one from Stitching with the Housewives called Happy Camper. I have no idea when this came out. I feel like it was years ago. But I really like it. And of course I have a camper and we have a gray truck. So this kind of made sense to me. So this was actually, I started it last week, and that's as far as I've got so far. So that's 2 Saturday. I started, I think, on the Thursday, I feel like it was, and then I worked on it on Saturday. So that's 2 stitch evenings. Isn't it cute? I think it's really cute. And again, with this, I folded it in half, found the middle. Then I went all the way out to the side and then decided I would outline the cup, because it's a cup, and outline all the cup first, and then that'll be easy to fill in. Now it does have, as you can see, an American flag. I have no idea how to do a Canadian flag that small in cross stitch, and I don't want the American flag there. Not that I don't like American people or nothing like that, but I am now in Canada, so so I've decided, actually, I'm just going to completely stitch the whole cup. So that'll be a mindless evening of just sitting there, you know, because you're just filling in the white. So that should be pretty easy to do. And I did change the color of the gray. The gray that was called for in the pattern was a dark gray. And I'm using a black Ada. It's probably easier if I do that. There you go. I'm using a black Ada, and that they used a chalkboard black, which is kind of a grayish color, lighter color, and this is the actual black. So the gray didn't show very well, so I changed it for a lighter gray. But all the other colors are the called for DMC colors. So that is going to be my Saturday stitch in July until Christmas time is released. Then Sundays, and for the past bunch of Sundays, I forget for how long now, it's been a while, I have been working on this, which is a birth sampler. It's a kit that I got from Bothy threads, which is in England. I think it's an English company. British company, I think. And my husband bought it for me for our grandson, Tristan, who's 2. And this is where I'm up to with that. I did manage, most of my regulars will have seen this progressing from the elephant in the middle, the zebra, or zebra as I call it, and the lion. So the line is almost finished. All the grass at the bottom is done. All I have to do is that middle part and the middle part of his ears, and he is done. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to go up to do the monkey or come back and go that way and finish those animals before I do the upper. I don't know. I haven't decided. It's hard to tell, but isn't it coming on cute? And of course, this one has the back stitch all done at the end. And you all know I love back stitch. If you didn't, well, I do. Monday nights for the while as well has been the other baby sampler I'm working on for my other grandson, Leo. And this one is another kid I got from England. My husband bought me this one for Mother's Day. Gotta love my husband. And of course I pick him, he just pays for them. So this one I love. This, as soon as I saw this, to me this was baby Leo right away. And so I'm really coming on good with this one. Look! So this week I filled in all the date of when he was born, and I also backstitched all the weight. So I still have to do the little tag on the weight, the tag on the tape measure, and then just put his name. Now, what do you think? Should I put his name or his full name? For example, his name is Leo James, and then our surname. Or should I just put Leo? Like, do people put the full names, like the first and second names anymore on birth samplers? I really don't know. Because everyone I've looked at, I can't tell whether they do. I mean, that one there just says Oliver. But maybe Oliver, that's all Oliver was. I don't know. I should ask them. Maybe I'll ask them what they want on it. So as you can see, I changed the hair color because Leo has blonde hair. Just like his nanny used to. And like his daddy does. So there is my Leo. I just love this. It's been such a lovely, joyful thing to stitch. And yeah, it's a really nice one to stitch. So that's Monday's stitch. And I'm hoping I'll have that one finished by the end of July. Tuesdays, which in actual fact is today for me, but it was yesterday for you, by the time you see this video, is the new stitch along from Fat Quarter Shop. And this one is called Buku. This is another free one. So this one and Christmas time are free. Yes, but Letters to Santa is a paid for. But this one is a free pattern. And it's a quilt and a cross stitch. Now, I haven't got the fabric yet for the quilt. I did order the quilting fabric to do it. So I'm super excited to start that one. But I don't think it's here yet. Like I said, we only got back from camping late today. And I didn't get a chance to get up to the mailbox. So it could have come Monday or Tuesday, but don't know. I'll have to find out. So this is clue 1 dropped today for this, which is Tuesday. Yesterday for you. I think we've been through this already before, haven't we? Yeah. Okay. I'm making sure you're paying attention. And so this was what our clue is for today. And apparently it's going to go in 5 clues for the next 5 weeks. And I think it's just going to be a piece at a time. So that will be that. And I have got this far. And again, I add, this one is actually 14.3 inches by 5 inches. So 5 inches this way, 14 that way, 200 wide by 70 high. And I, again, always add an inch and a half. Toby! Shh! No! Sorry about that. Obviously, Toby saw a squirrel. Did you see me jump then? Oh my gosh. Scared the bejesus out of me. He's just a little farty of a dog, and he's a bloody noise of a Great Dane. Well, okay, maybe not. But I always leave an inch and a half on all the 4 sides. So again, I folded this in half that way. found my center line, and then I came across my 1.5 inches, and then where the which would have been that would be where the 1.5 inches finishes, 1 3/4 I mean, finishes, and then I went up. You see, there's my middle, and I counted over to this row here, which I think was 10 stitches from where my 1 3/4 inches was, and then I started up the top here, did the top, and I'm working my way down. So he's coming out lovely. This fabric is called for fabric, which is Peaceful Purple 14 count Aida, and I am stitching it with DMC because I love DMC. It's my favorite, and I have so much of it. It's silly to not, you know, start using some other different colors. So that is Tuesday's stitch. And then Wednesday's stitch was my whip go for the past 2 Wednesdays. And I will continue just stitching on this one for the next 4 Wednesdays. And this one is Song of Christmas, which is a lavender and lace pattern. And it is beautiful. I've been working on this one for a long time. I had started it years and years ago, and then I put it all away and forgot about it for 15 years, and then I brought it up again. So last week I stitched this, and tonight I will be working some more on this white, probably coming down this side. But here's where I'm at with that right now. And it does have metallic thread and beads and all kinds of stuff in it. So it will be gorgeous when it's finished. But that's my Wednesday night stitch. And then, as I said, Thursdays is catch up. So if I haven't finished Buku, I work on that. If I haven't finished Letters to Santa, which probably will be the one, I will work on that. And then we start the week all over again. How exciting is that? So are you doing Jolly July? Are you working on Buku? Are you working on Letters to Santa? Are you going to stitch Christmas time when it's out? What others are you working on? I want to know. Inquiring minds would like to know. So, drop me a line below. Make sure you have liked and subscribed to my video. And tell your mates. It's very important you tell your mates, because the more people that watch, the better it is. Yeah. Okay, I have to go. I need a cup of tea. And I think it's probably time for some beans on toast. Yes. Do you not find when it's miserable and raining like it is right now, that you just want comfort food? And you know what? To me, that's beans on toast and a big cup of tea. So I'm going.